Hello, I'm Adam Yassine, and today I will be addressing violence in video games. According to the stimulus provided, Kurt R. Squire, a PhD in psychology, has done research on education in video games, and he stated that Full Spectrum Warrior is a video game based on a U.S. Army training simulation. And because of the purpose of this game, players are forced to think in the mind of a soldier, and this leads many to assume that violence is caused by this study. But what I'm addressing is to what extent do video games actually reduce violence, because video games are a distraction among teenagers and can lead them to prevent violent behaviors. From a scientific perspective, you have to look at the evidence first. This is you can first see this in a case study done by Michael Ward. Now, in this case study, he addressed crime rates among adolescents in counties before and after game stores were conducted. In the study, he found that there was a significant decrease in crime with teenagers after a game store was conducted, while less significant results were yielded with adults over the age of 25. Now, when people argue against the study, they often state that the study does not distinguish between violent and non-violent video games sold. While this is true, if you look at the most popular video games sold, like on Steam, where you can see how many units of each game have been sold, nearly all of the top video games include some form of violence and/or nudity. And even with that trend, the decrease in crime with this study persists. From a social perspective, you can see that as video games developed and became more evolved, they included new features such as messaging with friends or online multiplayer. This made it easier for adolescents to play with friends and led to situations where they could have, played video games and stayed in rather than go out and engage in possible violent or self-destructive behavior. This is shown by the YRBS, which is a survey conducted by the CDC. In this study, it shows that over time, from 1990 to 2015, there's been a decreasing trend in incidents in schools, such as the carrying of weapons or weapon threatening. And this correlates with the time that video games evolved. While these studies help to prove that video games can actually reduce violence, it is also important to see what could cause these violent incidents in the first place. A study done by Molina says that most cases of depression among adolescents are caused when they have dysfunctional or abusive families. A lot of teenagers with depression are unable to speak out about this because they're afraid of backlash or being judged, and this could lead to more problems in school. And due to the teenagers wanting to express this, they often engage in violent behaviors among adolescents. And so, with all that being said, video games are a way to entertain and distract, and do reduce an amount of violence because they give kids an outlet to express their anger and give them a way to distract them rather than engage in violent behaviors. And these are my works cited.